You're sitting there, staring at your phone, watching the three dots appear, then disappear. Your chest tightens. Your mind replays the last conversation, the last message, the last mistake. They said they cared, but every word felt like a test, every silence a punishment, and you kept wondering, what did I do wrong? Let me tell you something that will sting at first, but will set you free. It was never about what you did. It was about control. Manipulators don't want love. They want leverage. They study your emotions like a language, every reaction, every flinch, every attempt to explain yourself. They push, then they pull. They disappear, then return like nothing happened. They make you question your own sanity while keeping their hands clean. And the moment you react, they win. Because that reaction, that burst of emotion, tells them exactly where to press next time. That's how they own you. But there's one thing they can't manipulate. One force that drains their power without a single word spoken. Indifference. You see, indifference isn't hate. It isn't anger. It's the calm absence of emotional supply. When you stop chasing answers, stop explaining, stop reacting, they lose oxygen. It's not dramatic. It's quiet. And that quiet drives them insane. Here's the truth. Manipulators are addicted to emotional chaos. They thrive on your energy because it confirms their power. Your confusion feeds their ego. Your need for closure feeds their control. So the next time they bait you with silence, accusations, or guilt, don't fight it. Don't chase. Just detach. Not out of pride, out of power. Let me explain why this works. Psychologically, manipulation operates on reinforcement, the same principle used in behavioral conditioning. When they push and you respond emotionally, the cycle strengthens. But when you give nothing, when you respond with calm, detached indifference, the loop breaks. The manipulator's brain, conditioned to expect your reaction, hits a wall, and that silence, that emotional void, forces them to confront something they've avoided all their life, their own emptiness. They'll test you. They'll provoke you. They'll try to remind you of the connection that once made you weak. But remember this, they don't miss you. They miss the control they had over you. Let's make this real. Imagine this. You used to argue every night. They'd twist your words, accuse you of things you never said. You'd try to defend yourself, explain your intentions, hoping they'd finally understand. But they never did, because understanding was never their goal. Domination was. Now picture this version of you, silent, composed, unreadable. They send a message. You see it. You don't reply. They wait. Hours pass. You post a photo, not of pain, not of anger, just peace. That's when panic sets in. They realize they've lost control of your emotional pulse. They're no longer the center of your attention. And that's when you've won, not through revenge, not through confrontation, but through mastery of yourself. See, indifference isn't about suppressing emotion. It's about choosing where your energy goes. Because the moment you stop feeding what drains you, you start rebuilding what defines you. You reclaim your time, your thoughts, your peace. And they, the manipulator, fade into silence. They might tell others you've changed. They might paint you as cold, detached, heartless. But that's only because your silence exposes their need to be worshipped. They call it coldness, I call it clarity. There's something deeply masculine, deeply human, about controlled indifference. Not avoidance, but discipline. Not numbness, but strength. It's what separates those who react from those who decide. You're no longer begging for validation. You're studying the game from above it. Because once you understand manipulation, you no longer fear it. You simply stop participating. You stop chasing closure from people who profit from your confusion. You stop explaining yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. You stop bleeding energy into voids that never fill. And in that silence, you realize something profound. The peace you were chasing from them was always something you could give yourself. Here's the final truth. Indifference isn't cruelty. It's emotional self-defense. It's the ability to look at chaos and remain unshaken. When you master that, manipulators lose their grip. Because their game depends on noise, and your silence is the one sound they can't stand. So when they try to provoke you again, remember, you owe them nothing. Not a reaction, not an explanation, not even anger. You owe yourself peace, and that peace begins the moment you stop trying to prove your worth to those who thrive on your weakness. Because sometimes the most powerful message you can send is no message at all. Just calm, unbothered, silent. That's not apathy. That's control. And that's how you break a manipulator without saying a word.